Capricorn, hello. This is your October reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest. It's for your sun, moon, rising, north node, and Venus. If this is your sun sign and it doesn't resonate, then go and check out your moon and rising and your north node and Venus. And there will definitely be a message somewhere for you. It kind of depends what we're dealing with in our lives and where those signs fall in our astrological chart and what we're dealing with. So that's why it can kind of vary sometimes. So go with the titles of the readings as well is always a good one. The title might resonate with something that you're dealing with as opposed to the sign. So bear that in mind. And Capricorn for October, what do we need to know? Can you believe we're in October? Let's see, what do we need to know? Clothing. 12. Let your outer express your inner. Okay. A change of how we want to be seen here. The golden cities live ecologically and harmoniously. So something a very sort of um free feeling here, sort of no longer being sort of like feeling a restriction on how it's kind of doing away with that societal thought of things. Planetary cleansing, keep your space pure and clear. It's kind of scrubbing that social norm here, I want to say. Sexuality, express pure love. So I sort of feel there's been something here that you've been trying to fit in here. Capricorn is what I want to say. You've been trying to fit in our beautiful planet, restore the natural world. So you're wanting to sort of strip away how society has you looking, or how what you've had to do to fit in. What you feel you've had to do to fit in here, and now you're like, I'm not. I'm going to be me here. Homes, live in an ecological, creative, and fun space. This is the same as the golden cities here. It's about how you want to live your life here, Capricorn. There's a new way of how you want to live your life. The numbers 12, 40, 35, 19, 24, and 9 may be significant here. It's definitely how it's taken off that mask that has been put on so that you would fit into society to now going, do you know what? I'm sick of this. I just want to do me. I want to live the way I want to live. I want to do the things I want to do. I want to express myself the way I want to express myself. And I'm not going to worry about if everybody's going to agree with it or not. So there's a real freedom here, Capricorn. A real new time to be me is what I'm hearing. It's a time to be me. So for whoever resonates with this, it's a real step forward here. It's no longer conforming to what others think. There's the Empress in reverse. That's this sort of like in a in a good way, it's like this not being what people want me to be or be seen as this. This could be a divine feminine I'm talking to, and it's like being this, squeaky clean sort of, mother, wife, oh, everything has to be done on time. We're no longer, putting pressure on yourself here, unnecessary pressure, putting a persona on to the outside world of everything's rosy and everything's perfect. And look, don't I just fit in here? And isn't it wonderful? And let's sit in this knitting circle because, this is what we're all into. Not digging out people who do knitting. But just like, that's not me. This isn't me. I don't enjoy this. Knight of Pentacles. This has been a long time coming. You know, sitting in and doing these things that just aren't you. Justice here. Four of Pentacles. Fed up, sitting back here waiting. Sitting back, holding back from being who you really want to be. Maybe feeling a certain level of being shamed into it too. Hangman. Feeling stuck here. Feeling stuck in this persona of this is who I have to be. And we're going like, we're not. I'm not doing this anymore. Breaking free here. We're breaking free. Five of Swords. Knowing that by putting yourself out there and, you know, changing how you dress, and how you're going to live your life, there's going to have be people talking about it. It's not going to go down well with friendship groups, maybe, or, family and things like that. And you're like, the phone, I'm fed up. I want to, this is what I want. I can't live in this sort of claustrophobic feeling of getting up every morning and putting this mask on and going out into the world and being like fake, feeling fake and not happy at all. Eight of Wands. I need to make myself happy here. Ten of Cups. Speaking your truth here, coming out telling the family, coming out to the family. Page of Swords. This is what I want. This is who I am. This is really who I am. It's not who, I show up to be. Six of Swords. Wanting to move forward here with this. High Priestess. Two of Cups. This has been a long time coming. A real inner battle has gone on here, Capricorn. And it's good to see. It's good to see that you're coming out and you're stepping up here and going to be like, I am not this persona that society wants me to be or the family wants me to be. This is actually who I am. Knight of Cups here. I want to say here on one note for somebody, Eight of Swords. With the sexuality card here, this may be somebody that, or you may resonate with this, whoever resonates with this. It's a case of trying to live their life as a straight person and fighting the fact that they've always been gay here and finally saying, you know what, enough's enough. Perhaps you've met somebody here. You may be in a marriage and you've been living this sort of persona of this is who you are, this wife, this mother, whatever. Everything's rosy, and we go on picnics every day and we do our knitting circles and stuff. Living that persona of a life, but that has not been you. And you may have met somebody here, and things have, sparks have started to fly here, and it's undeniable. And you're like, I'm sick of living this persona that I am a straight woman when actually I am attracted to women and I have met somebody here. So this might be the big coming out that I keep talking about. So take that as it resonates. Ten of Swords. Eight of Swords and Ten of Swords. There could be somebody here that feels sort of like, what the hell? Because they have always seen you as a particular way. Take this as it resonates. It could be somebody in your energy. You could be finding this out about somebody, but it's like this person feels sort of like stabbed in the back because they're like I never thought this about you. Like you're my wife. You're this. You're that, or you're my daughter, or you're my sister, or whatever. I never thought this. I never knew anything about this. So because you have never admitted it to yourself, how would anybody else know? And the mask has been worn here so for so long. 10 Pentacles. The mask has been worn for so long. You were trying to convince yourself. This could also just be a situation for somebody where they're like, you know what, I've been living in this marriage and pretending everything's okay, but it's not. And finally gaining some strength here to say, do you know what, enough's enough. I need to make myself happy. So you take it how it resonates. It could be a couple of different storylines here. It is a collective message for Capricorn. So it's not personal. There are a number of different storylines running through here. Strength card. Here you are, your strength. So if you're asking the question, I don't know if I'm strong enough to come out with this, you are. Are. It's time now to stand up and say, this is who I am. This is what I want. This is how I want to live my life. Ace of Pentacles. It's inevitable in situations like this that people are going to get hurt. But it's the nature and how you do it. You know, that saying honesty is the right policy, is not it? Honesty is the best policy. Is that it? Really is true here. Sitting down and saying, look, this is, I'm being honest with you. This is how I feel. I know this is going to hurt you and I'm sorry for that, but I need to tell you the truth. And that's a hard situation to turn around when you know you're going to devastate somebody. That's a hard thing to do. But I don't know anybody out there that wouldn't say, "Do you know what, I'd rather have somebody sit and tell me the truth than feed me a load of lies and then I find out that I was taken for a mug for a whole time." I'm sure there's a lot out there that say, like, I'd rather you sit and deal me the truth and tell me it up front than I continue living lies for another load of years and then get a kick somewhere down the line. Death card. Yeah, this could be a marriage that you're involved with here, and it's like putting an end to it, and it's having to sit down, have the strength to sit down and talk to this spouse and say, look, here's the truth of who I am, and I have lived my life hiding it. Three of Pentacles. I no longer want to work on this. I no longer want to be in it. You know, and as I said, like, and the other person is obviously going to be hurt about it. But I do kind of feel here it's like there's initial hurt and then there's kind of like Four of Swords. There's that initial hurt feeling here in it. Then I kind of feel like an appreciation here for the truth as well. Seven of Swords. The appreciation of not wanting to lie about it, of coming forward with it. Because the thing about this too is, you know, no matter how good we maybe think our masks are and what we show other people, people can sense it. We all sense energy. We can tell if somebody's truly happy in our presence or not. They don't have to say it. It's just a feeling. When you walk in a room and you sense, is this a happy environment or has World War III just broke out in here? You know what the vibe is. So regardless of how good your mask might have been, if this is a spouse, they may have been, and it might not be. Yes, it might be a shock if you turn around and you say, I'm interested in, my own sex rather than the opposite sex. That might come as a bit of a shock. but they're not going to be completely surprised, I think, by saying I'm not happy here, because they're going to know. They're gonna know. It's not going to be a complete surprise here to this person. It's more gaining the strength here to come out and have this open conversation with somebody and saying, look, I've been lying to myself, never mind lying to anybody else. Give us a card here for this, please. For Capricorn. What do we need for them? Give us a card. Thank you. Honesty. Wow. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Wow. Honesty is the best policy. As hard as it is, honesty is the best policy. And here's the thing, if this is something that's going right in your head, having this conversation will actually lift a massive load off you. I think once this person gets over the initial shock, you'll be quite surprised by how they are with you. I think you'll be really surprised. So let's read this. Being truthful with others is a slippery business. You are expected to tell and expect to be told white lies. No one wants their feelings hurt, but sometimes a strong dose of reality is needed. No one can tell you definitely. Nobody can tell you in depth. Definitely, no one can tell you definitely in what circumstances an untruth would be better, but honesty is usually the best policy. You and you only know in your heart when the right time is to be totally honest. The only time you must be absolutely truthful is when you are addressing yourself. You must at all times present yourself authentically to those around you. Only by being yourself do you draw in the people and circumstances that you most need to learn from. So there you go. If you resonate with this, I'm going to take it to the extended. I'm going to have a look and see what we don't see coming, what's the blockages here, and what the outcome is. And then we'll get some angelic advice. So if you want to come along, the link up below, and the link will be below, and I'll see you over there.